In all seriousness, this means the world to me. And I'm sorry that this is the comment that I gotta do like my goodbye TikTok post on, because I'm gonna get really sappy and probably a little emotional. So there isn't a lot to say about the TikTok ban that hasn't already been said. It's bullshit. It's borderline inhumane. It's putting what could potentially be 7 million people in small businesses out of work. Like, yes, a lot of people are talking about that. I didn't make a dime off this app, but the people who did, the people whose livelihoods depend on TikTok, it's really unfair to do this to them. I also want to thank Savannah Rose. She runs Sincerely Savannah Rose, which is a clothing store that does a lot of advertising on TikTok. She let me be an ambassador for her brand, and now I have so many clothes from her. So thank you, Savannah, for taking a chance on me and letting me buy her clothes at a discount. This isn't even getting into like all the stuff that we are going to or might potentially lose tomorrow, January 19th, 2025. It's the 18th today. This isn't even to dismiss the loss of CapCut, which is going to be a blow, I think, to content creators, both paid and amateur, everywhere. But there are people on TikTok more eloquent than me who can talk about what is being lost in American culture by us getting yanked off of TikTok. I can only really speak to how TikTok has affected me, especially over the last year. So I was actually a pretty late ad to TikTok. I joined in early 2022 and I was kind of making content for it. Like, I had actually been trying to make content on YouTube for a while, like, and it just, something just wasn't clicking when I was trying to do stuff over there. And I came over here not intending to make the amount of content that I ended up making. But last year something kind of like clicked for me, and I spent all of 2024 making content on this platform, and it has been like one of the coolest experiences of my life. I went from sub 300 followers to over 4,000 as of like last week, which I was like, oh my god, like I didn't think that would ever happen to me. I spitballed a couple of fanfic ideas, and now like the first one has 4 bonuses and 45 chapters as of yesterday. And this is like huge for me because I have wanted to be a writer, a full-time writer in some capacities since high school. And this wasn't something, and like I've written things, and they don't always see the light of day, and friends normally read them, that kind of thing. I was really into poetry for a while, so I've been writing for a long time, but writing this fanfic was kind of like you guys were out here telling me like, girly, you're good at this. And like this comment honestly really does mean the world to me because I have so much original writing just sitting in my Google Docs, and TikTok and doing things for TikTok and communing with this community, like the ACOTAR community, the Grey's Anatomy community, like relatively recently, the Lord of the Rings community, and the same Tolkien girlies fandom side of things. Like, I was so glad that I found all of these spaces, and you guys kind of showed me like I can do this. Like, this is something that I could spend all of 2025 doing, and this is something that you guys like made me brave. You guys made me want to show the world the things that I can do. And I can't express how much that means to me. So I'm not actually going anywhere. I'm moving back to YouTube. I'm on my YouTube channel. You can actually see like the different iterations that YouTube channel has taken as I've like started and stopped making content. I think going back to like 2015. I'm still on AO3. I'm finishing this fanfic. If it kills me, I have a few other ideas. I'm also on Substack, and that's where like my original writing is going to go, like essays and chapters of like works in progress and things like that. There's actually a few things on there already, and 4 chapters of like an old story that I had written like pre-COVID. And if you guys like that, like I'll post the rest and I'll try to finish it, you know? And the YouTube channel is already popping. I've downloaded as many of my TikToks from here as I can. I've compiled as many as I can into like compilations, but most of the time they're going up individually. And there will be at least one TikTok from here going onto YouTube a day until like April. And then on top of that, I have like a little schedule in my head of like when I want to do. I want to do like once a week, like a Grey's Anatomy or a TV show recap of like what I've watched up to that point. I've been using the weekly report format from TikTok to make videos for YouTube. The first one is up and has been for a couple days if you want to go and watch that. And then I also want to do like book reviews. I want to go back to doing some gameplay. Like I'm I'm sad to lose this space, and I'm sad to like I'm sad for all the reasons that like everyone is sad, even though like this doesn't affect me monetarily the way that it affects others. But TikTok and this community kind of made me feel brave enough to try YouTube again, and made me feel brave enough to bring some of like my writing out into the dark. Like you guys made me feel like I'm good at this, and I could continue to be good at this. So it's for that reason that I'll miss TikTok, and it's for that reason that I gotta say thank you. Like, thank you for everything. In conclusion, the TikTok ban is really, really stupid, and I am gonna miss this space. And I think we just need to remember that in certain incoming presidents are going to try to make it sound like, oh, like they might save the app, but one, the app will probably won't come back the same, and two, he's the one who started this shit in the first place. Like even before I got on TikTok in 2022, I was hearing rumblings of a TikTok ban going as far back as 2018, 2017. So like, come on, bro. I just think that like online spaces like these, like Tumblr, like social media can be like a scourge on society, but it also brings people together, and it, in my case, it makes people brave. So thank you for letting me onto your phone so I can shit talk shit talk literary characters and be mistaken about red-headed war criminals on Grey's Anatomy. Just thank you. Thank you so much.